Oh, I should have put a shirt on. Okay, I'm putting you down until I put a shirt on. I'll be right back. Excuse me. I'm having shrimp and orange juice. Probably not the greatest combination, but it tastes good to me. And somehow my body can properly digest that without much of an issue. So, hi Lexi. How are you? I'm going to be eating on screen. You guys might not like me this broadcast, but I am very comfortable. Well, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to do me. Hey, Sarah. And Lame Plan. How are you? I don't have a speech today. Yet. Maybe I do later. I don't know. This is orange juice, by the way. I will not go premium. I won't. Everybody wants me to go premium. I don't do. Oh, by the way, the OnlyFans industry has totally destroyed my ability to use, words like premium and such. Because you say premium, and people are like, premium Snapchat? Premium OnlyFans? I'm like, no, premium Netflix. I don't know who the heck can afford OnlyFans. Not that I'm in that industry regardless, but I'm sitting here trying to pay for Netflix. That's just me. But to afford OnlyFans, if I had the OnlyFans money, what would I buy with OnlyFans money? Instead of spending money on OnlyFans, I would, because I wouldn't regardless, but it's just, fun for me to joke around. I'd be able to buy more Sunny D. Paycheck per paycheck. Love me some Sunny D. Well, thank you. How are you, says Sarah? I'm good. A little late to my own party, but I'm doing well. Hi, Digital. Hi, Minnie. I'm out of shrimp, darn it. Okay. I could call out to Kate, but I am learning to be an independent man who feeds himself. I've been very, very spoiled. Eating shrimp? Thought I saw a shrimp. Jealous. Yeah, they're good. Only got them because they were on sale. Lobster was on sale and I didn't get it. And I'm kicking myself now. Lobster was like super cheap. Lobster was like cheaper than beef. And I was like, why did I buy it? I don't know. I forgot. Things are going really well, if you can't tell. So, work has been a lot of fun. Days are up and down. Because it's not because I'm bipolar, but because, day of the week, It's really weird. With social media. Hi, Helmy. It's really weird with social media because I got so wrapped in my own world. And, this was it. This is all I knew was you guys, right? And those, people from the internet pervaded my life and then, kind of lifted me off the ground. You ever seen those movies where a whole bunch of things surround the thing and then they lift it up? That was kind of like my life. And then I saw that it was, what was going on, and I got slammed to the ground, which is, I lived, so that's okay. And, now I'm around a couple of people. And so I worked alone, and there were a lot of you, and I could see a lot from the outside. But it's so weird just being normal and doing normal things. And I'm still out of the loop. I'm still out of the loop. I'm used to that. That's fine. But I don't think I'm going to be out of the loop forever. I think I'm finally starting to get accepted into a community, which is really cool. You know, I've never been accepted anywhere in my life. So that's really nice. Getting along, doing the work, and what else? I'm going to put this plainly. It's so easy. It is so easy to get along and make friends here. I think really putting the phone down, after how hard I've fought to please people and get to know people and all that I've learned, I can get along with pretty much anybody. And I was kind of that way before, but people liked me too much. And let me put this. This is going to sound weird, but I remember back not too long ago, maybe like half a decade, I worked at Target. But I didn't work at Target. I worked at like the phone stand at Target. And, you know, everybody liked me. The people who loved me and the people who hated me, they liked me. Or the people who normally hated everybody, they liked me. But it was because I fought so hard to please them. Even if it was, you know, not necessarily the best for me. Whereas now, everybody likes me, but just enough. They're not, right? I'm not going over the top. I mean, I do a little bit still. I definitely do. But I'm learning how to say no in the right places and yes in the right places. And I'm learning to say no in a way that's polite, which is another big thing, is saying no in a way that's polite. So that's good. I just want you all to know that I'm making progress. That's it. It's like a progress report here with the internet. If I'm ever gonna get another chance, you know, you guys have to know that I'm making progress. So it's filling you in. It's going pretty well. It's funny. They definitely Googled me before hiring me. I bet I take that as a certainty, because it wasn't until recently that, you know, like, I'm pretty sure I like wasn't allowed to deal with the money, which is hilarious because I've always been responsible with money. Go figure. But it's just really cute. Not cute in like a good way, but it's funny to be in a situation where, now I'm being like, I've been trustworthy, but that anxiousness and that fear and, you know, my combative attitude made it very difficult to believe that I'm an innocent person. But now me being myself, it makes it very easy to believe that, and I'm regaining trust very quickly, which is good, at least with a couple of people, or at least gaining trust. So, like I said, they've been cautious with me, but as I'm proving myself, I'm getting that trust, and it's just surreal. I have to leave it at that. It's surreal just to live regular life, and even with everything on the internet, you know, people said, they're like, just go do it. You can do it. And, you know, I think if I had kept my mouth open so much, I wouldn't have been able to. And to be fair, there's still a lot of people out there that are wrong, because I should be able to share who I am and where I am and, you know, how I live. I should be able to live a regular life and put it on the internet. I can't. You know, I don't think anybody really can right now. And that means that the internet still has a lot of work to do. You know, we have a lot of refining to do. Pragmatic Monk, welcome on. Sherry, welcome on. So for now, it's not a possibility, but I would say I'm a perfect case example of what happens when you try it. I'm not done trying. I'm going to see, you know, what's the most that I can do to make that work. For what I want to. I'm also finding there's parts of my life I don't want to share with others that I thought I did, but it was a lot of insecurity. So the question becomes, how social do we really want to be on social media? Hi, Lily. I have a question. Because you're going back and forth, will you get me more shrimp and a couple of those biscuits? Thank you. Thank you. So she's already in the process of, so I thought maybe capitalize on that. I don't know what the hell happened to me, but it's like I became a man overnight, practically overnight. or maybe I've just been running from it for so long and so scared. My mom, like, she's my mom, it's my mom. I could tell people what I want, but my mom did pass away. My foster mom passed away, and I'm not going into it any further than telling you that, because that's my business, it's my family's business, but if I want to tell you guys that piece, it is my right to do so, and it's not disrespectful to my family for me to share that. It's not. Like, it's my mom too, and this is my life, and I have a right to live it my way, and I'm doing my best to live it my way while still respecting the people that I care about. And it's very trippy. I'm pretty sure most of the internet was waiting for me to have a mental crap and a mental breakdown. When my mom died, like, it was going to flip the switch and I was going to be some sort of serial killer or something. And it did the exact opposite. For me, when my mom died, I was in an exact position where we were just settling in. And I had just put the phone down, actually. I had just put social media away for a little bit. And we were working. And we just got a roof over our head. We were getting food in our bellies and deciding whether or not we were going to make this home. And we did. And unlike when my dad passed, I cried. And I think if I hadn't felt like I had to be so strong when my pop died, I probably would have cried then too. But I was so proud of not crying. But realistically, that was a sign of lack of health. No. Thank you. So, yeah, when my mom died, I cried profusely for days. And that was good. That was really good. I had a healthy, natural reaction to it. And I also came to see a lot about my own family, about how they're much better than I had given them credit for, and how there's a lot of things that I had faulted them for that I had kind of been trained by one very sly individual to disappreciate. Now sitting here, though, I'll say it sucks, because there's so much I wish I could bring back to my family that I know now, and the situation's just not like that. The trust isn't there, and I'm going to have to work on rebuilding that. And that's a conversation that I had at work today with one of my superiors, is how I have my goals, and these are my goals, and how ironically I have to have the conversation like, hey, my goals don't threaten your job, because I have a path here about my life, and it doesn't include your job. So, and I won't be changing my mind on that. So just see what the future holds, I guess. I found that the more that people try to thwart my plans, the more they accelerate the completion of them. Because for every hurdle that someone puts in front of me, as long as I don't invite more hurdles, which is stupid, and I've done it, I've done that before, make more work for myself than I need to, I can jump those hurdles, usually easily, sometimes with difficulty. But as I sit here with sciatic pain, I'm 25 years old and I have severe sciatic pain, and I've definitely overworked myself. So I've overworked myself mentally and physically. It's not about the money, it's about the work. And I put so much work in. Would I say it's worth it? Yeah. At the same time, I think I made myself the fool, because I have all these cool things that I've done in my life. But, for after finding out who I am and what I'm capable of, I'm 25 years old, totally capable of college education and totally capable of a lot of different things. And I'm sitting here working as a cashier and spilling my guts and my feelings to, with all due respect, strangers on the internet. And for the first time in my life, I'm admitting that I could definitely do better than that. And there have been a lot of people waiting to hear me say that and waiting for me to figure that out. I had to figure it out on my own time. We all do. In life, we all have to figure out where we are, mostly on our own. Where else is it, are we really getting there? I'm at a point in my life, if that if I didn't want to learn another thing the rest of my life, I don't have to. I'm at a point in my life right now where I could work my way up in the company I work for, continue to establish my relationship with Caitlin, and build our family and have a family together, and just stay put and probably end up in corporate and just live upper middle class and let that be it. But for me, my passions have to do with who I am and what I have to offer to this world, mixed with my ambitions of how hard I want to work and how much I want to give. And sitting here in the position that I'm in, because of how much more I could have done already, I am twice as driven to do twice as much as I am now. I'm disappointed in myself. And even though I could rest on my laurels and this could be a great life, I'm ashamed because of my capabilities. If you take someone that this is their maximum, that's a very respectable person. But with what I know now I can double down on this and I can do it without too much strain. That's not impressive for me, to me, even to you guys, right? Is I'm gonna be the fraud if I live that way. Because I could definitely do more than that. And everyone's gonna see right through me the rest of my life and say, hey, you're just the next jerk with a little bit of money and you didn't put in the extra work you could have. My pop took a risk and he started a farm. And the one lesson he taught me that I told a customer at work today is we work for the next generation. You work for your children. That's why you do it, so that your children have something to live by. And that's why I'm going to continue to push on. That even though I brought shame to my family, I'm going to do my best to make good on that and hopefully rejuvenate those relationships and live for the future. And even if I don't have the opportunity to do that for my kids because plethora of reasons, at least I can give a little something back to society between the mistakes my family's made and just maybe that door just doesn't open. Or maybe it does. Time is a better teacher than me, so I can't teach myself this one. Dread says, have you tried lower back stretchers? It helps my severe sciatic pain. I'm going to have to do it more. Okay, Katie's making the I told you so, but I love you and I'm humble and I don't want to be mean about it face. Yeah, I have to. I have to start stretching. I have the muscle memory from when I worked out real hard. But that muscle memory is not enough because even if my brain remembers and my body remembers a little bit, I'm pushing myself too hard and I'm not stretching. So when I'm at work, I am pushing myself as hard as I used to when I was training for the Marine Corps, which I'm not a Marine, by the way. Failed that too. But that's my past. That's 18 years old. It's almost 10 years ago, okay? That's almost 10 years ago. So for anybody that wants to fault me now, it's literally almost a decade ago at this point. And I learned my lesson. And so I'm busting my butt here and it's good. My next step is to take my time. It's to slow down and stretch, do what I'm doing for the right reasons, make sure that whatever I do, it's for the right reasons, not selfishness, and also that I stretch and take it slow. Because one lesson that I learned from the one single billionaire that I've met in real life as a mentor, the most valuable lesson I've learned, he said to slow down. Slow down! And my mom said that, you said that, everybody has said that to me my entire life. Everybody, my whole life has said to me, slow down. I had to hear it. I'm not proud of this position right now. I want you guys to know that. I am not proud of what I'm told. Oh, yeah, a billionaire. No. I'm not proud of myself. I'm ashamed that it took a complete stranger with the lowest form of currency, which is financial currency, not information, not but gold. Not even gold, but, U.S. cash. It took that for me to be willing to hear slow down. When my wholesome foster mother, who built a family of 7, and then how many for her, fosters, I could have just taken that advice when I was a kid. Hindsight's 2020. So I feel the reason you hear the sly in my voice, it's because I don't feel like I deserve to be sitting here right now. It's kind of a survivor's guilt type thing. I feel like I've made the most mistakes, and yet somehow I'm getting the most rewards, and that doesn't feel fair. I'm going to take that as there's more that's required of me. That's how I'm going to take it. Welcome on, Ryan Harris. That's how I choose to receive it. Instead of how do I throw this away or how do I keep it for free or any of that. It is, okay, if I'm the one that's getting this, that means I have to be the one to do something with it for others as well, right? And that's the next conversation is not, hey, we're going to do this together and I'm going to get the result, or hey, we're going to do this together and just having fair play. I'm learning that even though I play by the rules, if I'm going to, if it's going to be a fair game that's not full of fouls and constant annoyances that people are leaving the stadium because the game's not even over, and it's not OT, it's just constant annoying, like, dramatic attitudes, then I have to play with people who play by the rules. You know? Because when other people don't play by the rules, then the whole team gets penalized. And then realistically, the whole stadium gets penalized because everybody gets annoyed and bored. So I'm learning how to play with people who play by the rules. Whether they wear blue or they wear red. I'm learning to only play with people who play by the rules. And if I'm going to play with people who don't play by the rules, which I will do, reveal that? Yes, I will play with people who don't play by the rules. And the only way I will play with those people is if when we play, they are playing by the rules. But those are going to be the furthest people from my environment because they don't play by the rules in other circles. So if we're ever going to have an interaction, it's a perfect stranger and not a best friend. So I think making perfect strangers my best friends was probably the most ill-advised decision I've ever made for myself. And now surrounding myself with trustworthy people that may be unique and a bit behind, it's not nearly as behind as people, from where I'm from might think. It can be very wise to take it nice and slow. I'm only learning that now. Could have learned it when I was a kid. But now learning it at 25, I'm learning it from people who are doing it maturely. But doing it at 25 means there's a whole bunch of people ahead of me that don't have to be ahead of me if I had been born into it, right? Grass is always going to be greener. And I am partially proud of my grass is greener mindset. It's not pessimistic. It's not ungrateful. It is, hey, I like where I'm at. I could do better. That's my exploratory mindset. I'm not going to be ashamed of that. I'll mention it. But don't let it make you think that I'm not grateful for what I have. I'm definitely grateful for what I have. I want more. I'm allowed to want more. We're all allowed to want more. How we get more matters. How we get more matters, And I had a lot of poor examples of how to get what I want. And I'm learning that if I want to have those examples in my environment, I'm going to have to learn how to attract those people. And in order to attract those people, I have to be one of those people. What you guys are just learning now is I didn't know I wasn't one of those people. Because I know my heart, I know who I am inside, and I'm only now coming to find that my gravity was off and that my balance was askew. And I know a lot of people tried to tell me, but I was being told by other people who their balance appeared to me as askew because that's how I've been taught to view it. So I want you to know, for those of you that I personally insulted, I am sorry. And I don't know much about you. And you don't know much about me, but it's possible you know more about me than I knew about me at that time. And you were trying to be parents. But I was taught by people who kind of rebel to ignore you and that you're less than me or this and that. And even though I didn't believe that in my heart of hearts, I definitely had the demeanor and that behavior that judgment landed regardless. And I said I wanted to know, but it's like I wanted to see from a distance. Well, now I know. And even though I'm not proud of how I found out, I can have the teenage mom come through the line and I treat her like a human being. Which sounds like common sense to you guys, but we don't always have not all of us have the opportunity of seeing everybody as equal. Some of us aren't ignorant, we're naive. I'm no longer naive, and I was never ignorant. I trusted what I was taught, what I was told. I was obedient in those ways, and I was resistant to the things that I knew weren't healthy for me. And it took me longer to figure out how much more was unhealthy for me. And now I'm in a position where I have the freedom to decide who I want to be. And I invite you to be an active part of that process if you want to be. It's time for the village to raise the baby. I've learned a lot. My neighbors are angry. I don't know what they're angry about, but they're angry. So, shrimp time. Sarah, if you're still here, I told you I'd find a speech. I started off without one. I knew I'd find one. That was a train wreck. I've only now found out that I have the freedom to choose not to be. That I do have control over whether or not I'm on the tracks. So I'm getting on track. You see a little bit cocky, a little bit. It's totally just fear and self-defense over embarrassment of my past choices and overzealous of pride due to a desire to connect on a level that might be inappropriate for the internet. Trying to build boundaries, learn how to do it. It's hard for someone whose boundaries since birth were thrown off. It's not an excuse at 25, but it's a damn good reason to give me a little more time. But I'm done just asking for time. I'm putting the work in and asking for time. And I think that's fair. At least my boss says that's fair. My 2 bosses. My 3 bosses. Love yous. Bye for now.